The main goal was to identify indigenous knowledge, specifically science knowledge, and see how it could be used in formal education in the sciences to help increase women's participation by the time they get to higher education. Well, I really hope and I think that we've made some of the right contacts to, one, integrate as much indigenous science as possible into the national science curriculum for Nigeria, and then two, see that the historical gender assignments with that knowledge are talked about and included in that curriculum so that girls in particular, but also boys, have a respect for the fact that science is for both genders. It's a heavily Christian area, and a lot of traditional knowledge is tied to traditional religion. So most of my contacts were practicing Christians, and sometimes people avoid traditional medicines and traditional knowledge because they think that it will lead you back to practicing traditional religion. But what I found out is that even those people that were my colleagues who were Christian dominant, that they still had a strong appreciation for indigenous knowledge. Once I was able to introduce the subject and see how people were responding and embracing it, the rest kind of fell into place. They put me in contact with various people that didn't have extended formal education, but were leaders in indigenous knowledge, and they knew who those people were, and it just kind of spread. The most surprising part, I think, for me was the amount of indigenous knowledge that was still in practice in the Igbo culture in Nigeria, because generally indigenous knowledge is passed from family member to family member. So we met a man and his son that have a thriving business in setting bones, and while a lot of that practice was banned during colonialism, in the last 10 or 15 years, they've actually been asked to come into the Western clinics and hospitals that are Nigerian run to demonstrate their techniques, because they have a better rate of retaining muscle mass with recovery of broken bones. So that was really amazing to see that full shift back. And then for the women, that so many women still used most of the herbal remedies from their grandmothers and great-grandmothers, even though they had access to clinics. They said they just knew that they worked and that there wasn't any reason to go pay a doctor's fee when you knew that these things were taken care of.